Now, as the poet once said, so what is virtue? It is the quality that even your enemies acknowledge and testify to. Your friends may exaggerate, glorify you. They may attribute to you qualities you don't deserve and praise you. But your enemies, even people like Abu Jahl, after our prophet announced his prophethood, even though they became his greatest enemies, he became the chief enemy of their idols. After becoming the main adversary of their deities, he called them. He stood at the foot of Mount Safa. He climbed Mount Safa. They all came. What did he ask them? Now, of course, Safa looks small today, but actually, they extended it much higher. All those stairs, steps, and so on, Safa used to be much taller. Even when we went there in the 1980s, it wasn't like this. It was really quite a climb. And the messenger would take us all the way up. Now, only a small visible part is left. The rest is surrounded. Behind that hill, especially during the time of our prophet, just imagine the ground level. Even the current level of the Kaaba has been raised. It used to be lower back then. Safa began from even lower. Then he said, what if I told you that behind this mountain, an enemy is waiting to ambush you by morning? Would you believe me? Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab were there. They had already become enemies of the prophet because he had declared his prophethood. This wasn't back in the old days. And still, what did they say? We affirm it, because if you say so, it must be true. We've never known you to lie. There you have it, virtuous when your enemies testify on your behalf. Otherwise, friends, anyone can praise you. But now, I'm not warning you about some army behind Safa. If I were, you'd say you're telling the truth. But what lies ahead of you is hell. If you persist in this state of shirk, you will fall into eternal hell. I'm warning you before that severe torment comes. Before you die, become Muslim. He said this. Maybe a few people converted, maybe not. And again, what did they say? What did they say? O Muhammad, are you out of things to do that you come here telling us these things? We thought it was something important. Is this why you invited us here? But don't you see how important it really is? The moment one dies, straight into roaring hell, never to exit, to burn, be burned. He warns them this much, and they say, we thought it was something important. You always talk about these topics, they said. You gathered us around this mountain. We thought it was something new and important. Well, there is something new. You're going to be disbelievers. That's why the quality of trustworthiness, the attribute of truthfulness, the most well-known characteristic of our prophet. Even the disbelievers acknowledged it.